Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today on this special Life in Bama. I'm doing a July 4th special today. I found a few things I'd like to show you. Today I'm going to talk about the American Freedom Train. Now, the American Freedom Train came through, I believe, all 50 states in the United States between 1975 and 1976. And it was traveling to celebrate our bicentennial. I found my photographs of the train. My mom and I went to see this, and it was at a railroad yard off of Tallapoosa Street in Birmingham. So here in this photo you can see the flags flying and all of the people gathered to go on the train. There were 10 cars on this train, and each one had a different themed display about the history of the United States. So we go back to this photograph and we see the American flag flying, and we also see the Bicentennial flag flying along with other important flags. And here I am in front of the engine. This was a steam engine from what I understand. And then there's a shot of all the cars on the train. So I'm very happy and very fortunate that I still have my photographs from this event. I found this the other day and it just tickled me, so I knew I had to do this video. This is the program to the American Freedom Train. Here's the front to it, and here's the back. I'll read you a little bit from it. The American Freedom Train. This is a story of and about people, a people called Americans. It's your story, really. You whose skills and craftsmanship, whose talents and toughness, whose dedication and sometimes sacrifice daily give weight to the brave prose of our Declaration of Independence. Within the 10 display cars which you are about to enter will be found a rich and fascinating panorama of 200 years of the American experience. From the quaint sayings of Poor Richard's Almanac to the bewildering complexities of a lunar landing module, from Washington's handwritten notes in the margin of a constitution the world said we couldn't defend, to FDR's war message to Congress when once it was necessary to prove we could. So that's what's written in the preface here, just a couple of paragraphs of it, and then I'll show you a little bit more about the book. So here is the program, the American Freedom Train, Official Commemorative Program, 1975-1976. And I'll flip through some of the pages here. That's what you see first, the rails of the railroad. American Freedom Train, All Aboard America. This is what I read just a bit ago. You see the different photographs. There's President Ford. Reveille for Sleeping Giants. You see the train, people working, that big wheel there. Car number 1, the beginning. A light winks softly in the distance, a moment more, and there are 2. By sea then, the British are coming by boat across the Charles River. A rider springs to his saddle, and you, along with your country, are off on a 200-year odyssey spanning the centuries between Liberty Bell and lunar touchdown. But this is the beginning, a time of shouts in the night, of brave words captured on paper, of high ideals paid for with human lives. This is the beginning. It's pretty good. It has the muskets. Replica of one of the 2 lanterns hung in the belfry of Boston's Old North Church on the night of April 18, 1775, to warn the British troops were moving by boat across the Charles River to march on Lexington and Concord. And car number 2 is exploration and expansion. With the Revolutionary War at an end, America is left to realize the land on which it has won a foothold. Explorers press in the wilderness seeking to know more of the vast continent's interior. American Indians pursue their ancient lifestyles in quiet dignity. Statesmen negotiate treaties with foreign governments to ensure their America's growth keeps pace with the fast receding frontier. And then the frontier is space. Television monitors follow astronauts on the surface of the moon. A lunar rock sample is mute testimony to America's restless need to press beyond what he knows. Americans' restless need to press beyond what he knows. So that was quick. We went from the beginning to space. Then car number 3, Growth of the Nation. The frontiersman has come and gone, leaving his mark not on the land, but in the imaginations of those who have heard of his travels in a country seemingly without limits. Farmers and merchants, craftsmen and opportunists follow closely the impatient frontier. A vast mosaic of America begins to change even as you watch. Virgin Island becomes settlements. Great cities such as Chicago, San Francisco, and Miami. The Southwest spawns a new airport larger than Manhattan Island. The eastern coast sprawls toward megalopolis. Yes, they use that word. Early century of Miami, Florida suggests the congestion of people and vehicles which would force city planners of the future to make dramatic allowance for Americans' love affair with automobile in the view at the right. Supply routes link a modern city with high-speed arteries. There's a train. A train throbs its way across a Frankenstein trestle, 80 feet high and 500 feet long. Frankenstein. And of course, there's the Twin Towers. Car 4, Origins. The world now knows of American abundance and of the noble, if puzzling, experiment called democracy. It is the time of the great European immigration. Faces move before you, including Polish, Irish, Italian, German, and Swedish. Now the American is black, immigration without choice, seeking identity to go with his newfound citizenship. The American Indian's immigration is not into this land, which was always been his, but into the culture which displaced him. Spanish-speaking immigrants moved northward, adding the richness of their heritage to our culture. Orientals arrived to build rail beds and remain to build new lives. Combined, if not yet together, all contribute riches beyond telling to the character of the contemporary America. Well, that was very nice. Very nice. Car number 5, Innovations. You are in the grasp of a great machine. Parts seem to mesh and rotate before you. Patent models, miniature witnesses to America know-how, are displayed just as they were submitted all together with schematic drawings and high hopes by generations of American inventors. All around you are examples of American ingenuity. They that have both led and given shape to the technological world. On tour with the American Freedom Train. It's very nice. It's a beautiful picture of the train, isn't it? Car number 7 is sports. Football, baseball, basketball, boxing, auto racing, and racing on horses. Babe Ruth setting a record and Hank Aaron breaking it. Billie Jean King and Chris Everett leaving in breathless suspension as an unanswered question of experience versus youth. These are the special moments in our American history when all of us have a touchstone with each other and all our other concerns seem second place and far removed. This is the world of American sports. Isn't that nice? Car number 8, Performing Arts. Hollywood, sprawling assembly line of the stuff of American dreams. Some noble, some comic, some frightening, all entertaining. Leave your disbelief in the lobby. Inside, people and events might seem too large. They shrink them to the size of a television screen. No matter, they capture our hearts and imagination as easily. Movies have been Oz for generations of Americans, and we are all travelers on their yellow beams road. This is very, very well written. Let's see what the suit is. Robert Redford created the role of Johnny Hooker in the '73 movie The Sting. Oh, cool. Car number 9 is Fine Arts. Look now upon the face of America as visioned by her artists. A unique mosaic of impressions fashioned from elements of the land itself. Social comment in metal and stone, a culture captured in paint. The style and mood of America's artists help us better to understand our environment, our national character, and ultimately ourselves. There's an Albert Bierstadt. And this one is an Archibald M. Willard, Spirit of '76. Snow Bonfire by John Sloan and Jacob Lawrence. And then this is, of course, a Remington. Car number 10, Conflict and Resolution. Ford's Theater, the president's chair sits empty. The common man who rose to lead a nation out of civil strife has fallen, the victim of an assassin's madness. A moment, and FDR is firing the determination of a shocked and frightened America. Now a third world war hangs in the balance of a strong stand against an armed Cuba. Again, an assassin's bullet steals a voice and plunges the nation into grief. Another senseless act of violence. The assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. does not erase, but more clearly defines as his humanitarian quest for peace and progress toward racial equality. Finally, through the words of President Ford, we are reminded that once more the anguish of the nation can become a new resolution of strength. That so long as Americans have the will and desire to live in dignity, that opportunity shall doubtless be ours. So that's very nice. President Ford and Betty Ford. The cars 11 and 12 are showcase cars. So in 1904 Oldsmobile, hand-pumped engine built in 1849. The Arabian model, an 1834 Grasshopper type locomotive, first steam engine, to make it up the grade. We have your thank yous, references, and then there's the back. So that was very nice, wasn't it? But having this program, that's really topped everything off for me. I've enjoyed reading through this and kind of understanding more what I didn't understand when I was so young and being there at the train. But isn't that the way it is? And I really didn't even remember having this, but my mom was with me, and you know, that's what moms do. They take care of everything for you. So I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a very happy and safe 4th of July. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and after you subscribe, click on the bell so you'll receive notifications when I upload new content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.